Hello, folks. If you're watching, I'm just doing a couple of quick shares here, and we're going to get right into it. All right, I think we are good to go.
You are watching Chaos Crypto News, the crypto news that you need to know.
What's cracking, everybody? KhaosDubz here with the Chaos Crypto News, the news that you need to know. It's been a crazy day today. I was hoping to get this out several hours ago, but there's just been a slew of people messaging me. I've had a whole bunch of stuff to do, and things have just been moving really slow today. But that's all right. We're here now. We're going to talk about the craziness in the markets as usual, and some pretty interesting stuff here to touch on today. So I want to start off with this one. The total cryptos. Oh, actually, first off, I want to say not financial advice. Must do your own research. Don't trust and always verify. Quantzilla has a few things that have happened that are pretty cool. So on the release of the BNB wrapped Quantzilla and the AMM liquidity pool and the wide reach of PancakeSwap, our logo being seen by many new eyes, scammers have flooded into our message boxes offering all kinds of services and spam. So that's kind of why it's been a crazy day. Like, we've just been dealing with an incredible amount, but we're kind of weeding through them, and we haven't found really any reliable people yet through all these people. So we're just going to kind of start implementing things in our Telegram, which we have already, and they're working pretty well, that are just stopping scammers right from the get-go. So it's going to get cleaner and cleaner as we go. But as Zilla continues to expand amid market uncertainty and FUD, Wrapped Zilla is currently available to view on Uniswap with the coin address, but not yet tradable as we work out the system. PancakeSwap is your best bet for now if you're interested in working with that system. Quantzilla has also entered into a partnership with XGC Labs, so be sure to check out our Telegram for the most up-to-date Quantzilla information, opportunities, and a great community. Quantzilla.online. You'll find more information about XGC Labs, our NFTs, all the coin addresses, and pretty much everything you're going to want to know about Quantzilla is going to be there. Now let's move right into the news. So apparently the total cryptos on CoinMarketCap near 11 million. You think the market's oversaturated? Let me know in the comments. But this is kind of crazy because just a few months ago I was looking and I heard that there was about 30,000 cryptos and a lot of them were dead. But things have been crazy, and we'll explain this. The total number of unique crypto tokens and coins listed on CoinMarketCap is nearing 11 million and currently stands at over 10.99 million different digital assets. The dramatic surge in newly issued tokens during 2024 and early 2025 was primarily driven by meme coins launched on, drumroll please, Solana. Some analysts argue that meme coins have siphoned mindshare from tech altcoins and removed the speculative premium once enjoyed by the sector. This flood of new coins has raised concerns among traders and industry analysts about the corrosive impact of millions of new tokens competing for limited mindshare in an already saturated market. Market analyst Ali Martinez recently predicted that the number of tokens competing for limited capital and investor attention would prevent altcoin season, a sustained market rally in altcoins, from happening. What do you think? Do you think that all this craziness is really diluting the market too much and that we're not going to see an altcoin season? Or do you think we're just preparing for something crazy? And we're going to touch on this a little bit more as we get through the news segment here. But Martinez estimates that there are over 36 million altcoins in existence compared to less than 3,000 during the 2018 cycle and less than 500 altcoins during the 2013 to 2014 cycle, which I mean kind of makes sense. The market's definitely maturing, but it's kind of getting to a point of insanity. The deluge of new currencies prompted Coinbase CEO to reconsider the exchange's listing process for new assets. We need to rethink our listing process at Coinbase given that there are 1 million tokens per week being created now and growing. Evaluating each one is no longer feasible. So like they're going to have to implement some type of system. And I'm assuming this is where like AI is going to start to integrate and be able to help kind of weed out the crap. I mean, it's already not easy to get on there, but at the same time, like maybe they're making it too easy, you know, so maybe they have to implement a bunch of different things that are going to make it more difficult and not as passable by bots. And kind of to touch on this, like YouTube also needs to kind of stop this because I'm sure you'll see maybe during the video here or maybe right after the video finishes, you're going to see some people posting some things in the comments below on YouTube specifically. Also, we're live on X for the first time, just so y'all know, so you can watch us there. But YouTube is having this issue where these scammers go in the comments and they go, hey, great analysis, even if it's not a crypto video. But hey, I have my wallet address, and then they drop a bunch of random seed words. Can you help me or whatever? And I think if you put in those seed words, they're going to drain whatever wallet you put them into. But if you put them into a new wallet, I don't see how they could drain the wallet. Either way, I'm not really sure what that's all about, but it's super annoying because sometimes you get 2 comments or 3 comments on the same video, like very shortly after. The scammers are just rife, and there's probably some pretty simple ways to be able to put, you know, stops to this in place by, you know, maybe making it so you have to be a verified, or not verified necessarily, but like, you know, a certain amount old of an account, or, you know, not be a brand new account with no profile picture, so on and so forth. There should be some steps in place. Apparently there's not, and YouTube loves to just allow this stuff to happen. Anyways, let's move on to the next article here because we got a bunch to talk about today. This is for the Canadians watching here. So Canada cracks down on crypto. I mean, they've already been cracking down on crypto. We've lost a bunch of good exchanges. Binance, to name one, which is the other one I used to use all the time there. KuCoin, that was a really great exchange. They hit like 38 million users, I think, recently. I was reading earlier. But we can't use them anymore, at least not without a VPN. And it makes it really difficult for us Canadians to find good exchanges with a wide variety of coin offerings. But it is what it is. We're finding our ways around. And I think once we have, you know, an election here, which is coming very soon because of this nonsense that's happening, they've prorogued Parliament and whatnot, we're going to see Pierre Poilievre come into power, and he's a lot more like Trump. He's crypto-friendly and whatnot. We're also going to touch on that a little bit later on as well. But the Canadian Securities Regulators, which is the CIRO, has just tightened the vice on cryptocurrencies. On February 5th, CIRO updated the list of securities eligible for reduced margin, strictly excluding crypto funds until further notice. Evolve Funds Group is preparing to launch Canada's first leveraged crypto fund with a modest leverage of 1.25x on Bitcoin and Ethereum. In practical terms, investors will need to deposit more collateral for their positions in these funds, making leverage more expensive and increasing the risks of forced liquidation in case of high volatility. This new regulation comes in a particular political context as Pierre Poilievre, a frontrunner for the position of Prime Minister and a pro-Bitcoin advocate, promotes a crypto-friendly approach. The Canadian crypto sector, already experiencing investment losses in 2024, faces an uncertain future. To date, crypto ETFs are the only category of Canadian ETFs to record massive withdrawals exceeding $1.1 billion, according to National Bank Financial. CIRO has established rigorous criteria for reduced margin eligibility, effectively excluding crypto funds. To be eligible, securities must, among other things, exhibit price volatility limited to 25% or less, maintain a minimum market value of $2 Canadian per share, and have a public float value exceeding 100 million Canadian. This political transition coming could influence the future of crypto regulation in Canada as the country seeks to balance financial innovation and investor protection. I mean, there's a lot to say here. At the same time, it's kind of like, you know, Canada's often a joke on the world stage, and we really need this election to change. I feel like what happened in the US is definitely a big change for the world and for crypto and finance and a lot of things. And I think Canada is going to see the similar thing if and when Poilievre gets elected. So there's a lot of us excited for that. Although we really don't know what the future is going to hold. A lot of people say things like, you know, it's 2 wings of the same bird. I'm not sure if I necessarily believe that, but there's no doubt regardless of what political side you're on, that we need change. Absolutely. Moving on here. So a hacker pleads guilty for SEC X account breach that made fake Bitcoin ETF post. It's kind of interesting here. An Alabama hacker, Eric Council Jr., has pleaded guilty to hacking the U.S. SEC Commission's X account and making a fake post about the launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs on January 9th, 2024. The 25-year-old appeared in Washington federal court on Monday, admitted to identity theft and access device fraud. Co-conspirators guided counsel through the hack, setting off a digital bomb that briefly inflated Bitcoin's price before it came down crashing as the SEC quickly denied the post, confirming that the announcement was unauthorized. They actually made the real announcement just a day later on January 10th. Kind of funny how that works. Counsel went by the online alias Ronin, Easy Money, and a giant schnauzer. According to the court filing, counsel used a fake ID to manipulate an employee at a local phone store into giving him access to the victim's phone. With the help of the aforementioned co-conspirators, who had already chosen the target, he bypassed security measures on X. It's ridiculous that this can happen. I mean, this is a way that people can, steal your crypto as well, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about this a little bit more in depth as we get through the segment here. But it's crazy how... As much as crypto is a secure thing where, you really need to manage yourself and you kind of are your own bank and there is no safeguards, that there's so many attack vectors. We were talking about in my last episode how the browsers within some of the wallets are basically not secure at all and are allowing people who access adult sites online to be able to get their crypto stolen essentially by the online sites through the wallet browsers, because there is really no security in place. It's just ridiculous. You would think there'd be something there, knowing that this is the risk. Moving on here. The old $5 wrench attack. A terrifying nightmare. Crypto trader breaks both ankles in daring escape from kidnappers. Well, cryptocurrency community faces growing physical security threats. A Spanish trader breaks his ankles escaping abductors following a recent Ledger co-founder kidnapping. In a disturbing trend, crypto traders are becoming targets not only for cyber criminals, but also for physical assailants willing to use violence to seize digital assets. This weekend, a crypto trader in Spain narrowly escaped a life-threatening situation. According to reports, the unnamed 34-year-old trader broke his two ankles on Sunday while trying to escape his abductors in Marbella, Spain, from a 30-foot balcony. What started out as a night out quickly skyrocketed into a nightmare when he was persuaded by a group of individuals to join them for drinks at an apartment. Once there, the group revealed their true intentions, allegedly kidnapping him and demanding a €30,000 ransom in digital assets. They threatened him with torture and death if he failed to comply. In a desperate attempt to save himself, the trader feigned cooperation, making a phone call under the pretense of retrieving client account access codes. He secretly alerted a friend to his dangerous situation, who then contacted police. However, before authorities could intervene, the trader attempted a daring escape by leaping from a 30-foot balcony. The fall resulted in both of his ankles being broken. Shortly thereafter, armed police arrived at the scene, arresting the alleged kidnappers as they attempted to flee. The police also raided the apartment, confiscating 25 kilograms of pink cocaine, which is actually not cocaine, apparently, 2 firearms, €10,000 in cash, 3 knives, and 2 high-value watches. But this is not the first. Ledger co-founder kidnapped in France. Well, this incident is part of a concerning pattern of physical attacks on individuals in the crypto industry. And it could happen to you. This is a really scary thing, folks. This is basically the only way that you could be compromised if you are absolutely secure in your digital life. David Balland, co-founder of the French crypto hardware wallet company Ledger, and his partner were kidnapped from their home in Verizon, central France. However, they were both taken to different locations. During the ordeal, Balland suffered severe injuries, including the loss of a finger, no more biometric authentication, as the kidnappers sought to pressure him into complying with their demands. Shortly after the incident, the assailants reached out to another co-founder of Ledger, demanding a substantial ransom in digital assets. Part of the payments were made for their rescue. However, the kidnappers ran out of luck when the police received information regarding the ordeal, rescuing Balland and his partner after approximately 24 hours in captivity. Just imagine what that would be like. Like, oh my God, what would you do? You'd have to really play that mental, psychological game. I mean, really, trading is a psychological game. So if you're in the markets and in the trenches, as they say, you're going to have maybe a psychological edge on these people who are just like dumb criminals, essentially, who are, you know, smash and grab type of thing. But maybe not always. You know, it's always something to think about, and always be aware. Don't trust, verify. Trust is a dirty word, and always watch who you're giving information to. Always watch who you're kind of giving any kind of inkling to, and don't just go out with random people who invite you, you know. Are they friends of friends, or are they just random people who found out that you might be involved with something that they want? Moving on. Thailand police seized 2.5 million USDT from alleged scam operation. A Tether spokesperson said it demonstrates every transaction is traceable, every asset can be seized, and every criminal can be caught. Well, it's not a whole lot more to say about this. I mean, it's kind of crazy that this did happen. Obviously, crypto is used in all facets, but if you really think about it, what currency is most used for money laundering, crime, and all that kind of stuff? It's actually the US dollar, believe it or not. So there's that. You know, they're not talking anything about that. It's always kind of a dissuade and look over there while, you know, whatever else is happening. It's always a smear campaign towards crypto, essentially. But times are changing and people are adopting. A side note to this, I'm hoping to put together a video in the near future. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because it's really a lot. It's taking a lot of time, and I'm not sure if it's essentially worth it, but something to look into on your own time might be Monero, because apparently it is untraceable, but it's quite a lot. It's kind of a little bit above my knowledge scale to kind of figure that stuff out. I'm no idiot, but it's quite complicated. So definitely look into that if that's something that interests you. Although, I mean, people say it's only for criminals. I do believe highly in online privacy, regardless of, you know, the illegal aspect that people may use it for. But online privacy is important. And I mean, there's tracking, there's all this other stuff. Brave browser is another great thing to be interested in. If you're not using Brave, I highly suggest Brave browser. Moving on, not much more to talk about here. The meme coin meltdown, folks. 3 tokens plunged 50% in early February 2025. The meme coin market is in turmoil as Trump, Melania, and Fartcoin plummet by over 50%, erasing billions in capitalization. Is that even a surprise? Like, really? Come on. You know? The broader meme coin market loses nearly 70 billion, with trading volume dropping by 15.5%, signaling fading retail interest. Now, it depends which way you look at it. A lot of this is FUD, you know, but always buy the dip if it's something you believe in. Are meme coins something you should believe in? Well, depends. I mean, there's a lot of meme coins out there that don't really have any utility. If you're looking for meme coins, you got to look at things that have utility. Again, I'm going to plug Quanzilla, quanzilla.online. Check it out. We have utility. We have real world tokenized assets, and we have daily payouts. We have a great community, and there's so much more. Definitely join our Telegram. Check out what we're all about, and you might find something you like. But I mean, Trump coin, Shiba, and the Melania coin, sorry, what do they do? Do they do anything? Fart coin? Like, what is this? And then there was the whole thing I talked about in the last episode we did. Dog shit 2, which is involved with the whole pump.fun lawsuit that's going on. Who would buy a token called Dog Shit 2? Like, oh my God, it just never ceases to amaze me. But, you know, people do what they do. Moving on. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, jail stool token crashes by over 1,000% in 1 hour after 2.6 million % gains yesterday. Dave never sold his holdings despite admitting that the coin wasn't a long-term project. A whale bought $7 to $8 million worth of jail stool during the hype, but the token tanked after Dave's mixed signals spooked traders. Its market cap, which surged to 220 million overnight, now stands at a dismal 35 million, according to CoinGecko. I mean, 35 million is not necessarily dismal, but I mean, when it goes from 220 to 35, yikes. Folks, you really gotta do your own research and don't trust, verify. Always look into what you're investing and don't just throw your money away. I mean, I guess if you have enough money that you can just throw it away and it's not really worth anything to you, perfect. But like, many people like myself are not in that position. You know, take your time. Why do we make stupid people famous? Look at the Hawk Tuah girl coin. I mean, if you haven't looked into that, it's definitely something to check it out. I mean, it's not a surprise that it went the way it did, but it's insanity to me that so much money goes into absolute garbage. Well, let's move on. Why is XRP going down today? Well, that's not really what I'm concerned about because price is an illusion. Know what you hold, of course, but Trump's tariff on steel impact price. XRP has witnessed a price decline in the last 24 hours despite major developments surrounding Ripple. However, over the past week, the crypto recorded an impressive 4% price surge, highlighting ongoing volatility. Of course, it's volatile. But Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum are worldwide, and that's definitely something to pay attention to because it's going to affect a lot of people. Is it something I'm too worried about? Not necessarily. I mean, good for Trump. You know, it's going to affect Canadians. It's going to affect everybody. But at the same time, like, Trump's taking control of his country for once after the weak hands that they had in the last 4 years. And I mean, we're in a similar position here because we've had weak hands for going on 9 years with Trudeau. It's just absolute insanity what's been going on. I can't wait for this election to happen. I think we're going to see some serious change coming. XRP has the worst ETF approval odds, while Elon Musk's favorite meme coin tops the list. Again, this is just silliness to me. XRP has a good chance at this, and I mean, XRP is kind of the sleeping giant, if you will, in my opinion, because it's one of the dinosaur meme coins, as people are calling it. But a top analyst predicts that XRP has the lowest chance of ETF approval in the 2025 due to ongoing SEC litigation. I mean, the whole lawsuit's obviously bullshit. It's a completely sham, fake lawsuit. And if you follow Crypto Hulk at all, he's going to explain this in a bit more detail, but like, the whole thing is just nonsense, and anyone who's been paying attention knows it is. It means nothing. XRP is poised to leap sooner than later. Let's hope anyways. Meme coins like Dogecoin and Litecoin lead the pack. Now, I didn't know Litecoin was a meme coin, did y'all? But Litecoin apparently has the highest chance of securing a spot exchange-traded ETF. Approval, anyways, according to ETF analysts Eric Balchunas and James Seyfert. So, pretty cool. Litecoin's solid. It's cheap to use. It's easy. It's fast. And, you know, I see why it was developed in place of Bitcoin, although it doesn't seem to gain the same adoption. Bitcoin doesn't do anything. Bitcoin doesn't really have a use case. And this just further solidifies that the ETF approval for Litecoin is over 90% odds, apparently. So that's pretty cool. Something to look forward to if you're a Litecoin holder. Now, not much to talk about here. I just wanted to touch on the title of this, but a huge asset manager files for a Cardano ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. So I think that's something that Alex Becker is going to have a field day with. But, you know, Cardano is a pretty solid project, I guess, despite Charles Hodgkinson getting hacked. What was that, a month ago or so? I guess something there, one of his accounts got hacked, and I'm not exactly sure if he lost money or not. I think it was just one of the social media accounts. Can't quite remember. I did touch on it a little while ago, but Cardano's probably not going to go to zero. You know, Cardano's probably not going to fail. Is it going to have the same gains as some of the larger coins, like, you know, I expect XRP or maybe XDC to? Probably not. But maybe it will. People are, you know, saying it might go to $10, so that's pretty cool. You know, good for the Cardano holders, maybe not so good for Alex Becker. Ripple XRP price analysis. 200,000 new users buy XRP 30 days after the SEC drops the charges against Ripple. So XRP price surges 7% as 200,000 new wallets emerge after the SEC drops the charges. Can XRP sustain momentum for new highs? Well, the price surged above the 240 mark on Monday, driven by a renewed market optimism following a volatile week influenced by the US-China trade war. Crypto Quant data reveals that XRP's user base expanded from 6.4 million to 6.6 million addresses between January 14th and February 10th. XRP's recent gains have outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum, signaling the presence of a major bullish catalyst within the ecosystem. On-chain data shows an unusual increase in new XRP wallets created since the US SEC Commission dropped all the charges. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cool considering what just happened. What was that last week? We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but that crazy drop. What was it, 30% or whatever? And that was all manipulation anyways. But again, we're going to touch on that here in a moment. BNB price forecast. Will CZ's latest meme coin statements drive BNB to $700? Well, BNB price rose, reflecting 9% gains over the weekend. CZ has denied rumors tied to the TST, a meme coin recently launched on the BNB chain. TST purportedly gained traction on social media, leading to speculation that Binance's former CEO was spearheading the project. However, on Saturday, CZ issued a public statement via X, outright denying any connection to TST. He clarified that the new meme coin had an authorized Binance logo and was not affiliated with Binance or the BNB chain team. Always good to double check. I mean, I know a lot of these people are trying to snipe these coins. They get in super early and, oh, great, it looks like this and this person's involved and so on and so forth. And boom, they get rugged. It happens all the time. Some people do make money, but of course, the people making money, that money liquidity essentially comes from somewhere, right? It comes from people losing. The first time you come in through the market, you don't really have a lot of experience. You're probably going to lose. It's going to take a market cycle, maybe 2, for you to understand how it all works and start to really get a hold on it. Some people get lucky and that's fine, but until you really understand the bigger picture, you're probably going to be the liquidity that people are using to exit with. Now, 1,359.5 million in Bitcoin suddenly moves after almost 10 years of dormancy. Blockchain analyst from CryptoQuant reports that 14,000 Bitcoins worth about 1.35 billion at the time of writing were transferred early Monday to new wallets. This kind of movement does not necessarily mean that Bitcoin's price will drop. In the past, similar cases have occurred, but they did not always lead to a price decline. However, it's important to note that the average acquisition price of these coins is quite low, which could influence the holder's future decisions regarding potential sales. That also kind of ties in, well, I should finish this here quick before I get my point in, but CryptoQuant CEO said that the Bitcoin bull market still has legs and likely won't top out until demand for ETFs tapered off. This does kind of tie into the fact that there is some rumors going around that Satoshi's wallet holding the 1.1 million Bitcoins, apparently there was a divorce by the person who is pegged to be Satoshi by this YouTuber who did a really good deep dive. I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's quite interesting, and he probably has the best receipts for finding out who Satoshi is. He seems to think that Satoshi got in a divorce, and apparently coming into the first quarter of 2025 is when Satoshi's divorce is going to be finalized, if you will, and half of apparently that 1.1 million Bitcoins is going to flood onto the market and possibly cause some market volatility. I'm not sure if that's true. I haven't seen the evidence in the markets to back that up, but crazier things have happened, I guess, and it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if something like that did happen. Is it going to reduce the price of Bitcoin if the market gets flooded by these big sells? It all depends. I mean, there is over-the-counter trading. There is also, the option of doing smaller buys slowly, dollar cost average in, dollar cost average out, like a lot of people say. So we don't really know. It's really hard to say. But I can guarantee you that if it does start moving, there's going to be news about it. So keep your eyes peeled, stay locked, make sure you hit that subscribe and follow, because I will definitely touch on it when it does get to that point, if it ever does get there. Now, a little bit more XRP news here. There's an XRP rally imminent. My highlighting didn't stay, that's fine, but 73% of traders are going long. Now, 73% of Binance's traders are going long specifically. These traders were observed on Binance. According to data, the XRP USDT long-short ratio stands at 2.66, indicating that for every 2.66 long positions, Binance is only a single short position. That shows a bullish sentiment among traders. However, data further revealed that currently 73% of top XRP traders on Binance hold long positions, while 27% hold shorts. This data not only shows strong interest from traders, but also indicates attraction from long-term holders and whales. And the 12.5 million worth of XRP outflows interesting as well, because in addition to traders betting on the long side, investors and long-term holders have been found accumulating XRP tokens from exchanges. Data from the spot inflow-outflow reveals that exchanges across the crypto landscape have witnessed an outflow of a significant 12.5 million. The substantial outflow hints at potential accumulation and could lead to buying pressure and further upside momentum. Now, some Ripple whale news here. Ripple whales scoop up over 500 million XRP amid market lull. Can it boost XRP price to $5? Well, this we're going to touch on a little bit of the manipulation that I'm convinced happened. So earlier last week, the third largest cryptocurrency, being XRP, experienced a drop, plummeting 35% in a single day before recovering within hours. It wasn't just within a single day, it was within a 15-minute candle that it all went down. It's kind of nuts. This sharp dip presented a rare buying opportunity for large investors who accumulated over 500 million coins. Whales seized the opportunity during the recent dip to buy this XRP. Well, you know what? It wasn't just XRP. XRP, HBAR, just to name a couple. I mean, most of the market followed that pattern, which really points to manipulation and insider trading. I did in the last episode, you can find on YouTube, if you check my YouTube there, under the live tab, you can see there is some information related to that, and an article does point to the fact that, yes, it was manipulation, it was planned, and that's why it happened so fast. Because I'm always watching the charts, I actually got in on that. I got in just almost near the bottom, but not quite. I was only able to put in a little bit. I didn't have a whole lot of liquidity at the time, but nonetheless, I'm glad to always be watching the charts. The accumulation spree comes just days after Whales had already acquired 120 million XRP following Ripple's success in securing key operation license in New York and Texas. Purchases indicate strong confidence in XRP's long-term prospects, particularly in light of its recent price action and regulatory advancements. Several fundamental developments point to the surging interest by Whales. As Ripple's latest markets report, there has been significant institutional interest and increasing adoption within the ecosystem, reinforcing the possibility of an upward trajectory for XRP. I can't stress this enough, folks. Know what you hold. Do your own research, don't trust, verify. XRP, XDC, and XLM are changing the future, and it's going to happen. Like, it's going to be a light switch. Like people are saying, once that switch flips, people are going to get priced out overnight. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin also saw rapid growth, reaching 100 million market cap within a month, while trading volume on XRPL's decentralized exchange surged to 1 billion in the Q4 of 2024. Furthermore, XRP's impressive 280% rally in the last quarter of 2024, following Trump's election victory, after years of regulatory uncertainty, has heightened investor interest. Spot trading volumes also skyrocketed from an average of 500 million per day in November to a staggering 5 billion daily in December, even peaking at nearly 25 billion in a single day. With Whales showing confidence, analysts expect XRP to surge soon. According to analyst Egreg Crypto, XRP currently priced below $3 could see a 1,500% surge, targeting $27 if a trend reversal occurs. Yeah, I think that's definitely realistic and possibly even on the conservative side of things. I also want to touch on, a lot of people don't know where you can get XDC, especially in Canada, because as I said earlier, Binance, KuCoin, just to name a couple, a lot of the big exchanges were banned in Canada. Canada's just got a bunch of crazy nonsense laws that are really unnecessary, and they're scaring off a lot of larger institutions that don't really want to pander to all the nonsense when we only have, 35, 40 million people in Canada. Canada's kind of a joke. They can go to other countries that don't have all this nonsense with way higher population, and a dollar that's worth more, right? Our Canadian dollar really isn't worth that much. But you can find XDC on exchanges like CoinEx, for example. If you use a VPN in Canada, maybe you don't need a VPN where you're living, but it is available there. So definitely check that out. There is always another option as long as you dig in deep enough. Don't sleep on XDC, by the way, folks. It's like, 10, 11 cents still, and it was, 8 cents again the other day. So it's a pretty good buying opportunity. Again, know what you hold. Do your own research. A few more articles to talk about here today. So back to CZ Binance, he revives his 4-year crypto theory. Will history repeat itself? Now, this is the whole Bitcoin 4-year cycle type of thing. That may be no longer after we see this utility bull run take place, because, fundamentals and technical analysis and all this stuff, sure, it matters. But once you have a utility bull run, the likes of what we're predicting and what we kind of know has already been implemented worldwide through Ripple, through XRP, and kind of a little bit more to the side, XLM and XEC, all bets are off. Price is an illusion. People worry about the day-to-day. It really isn't all that important. Neither's market cap, because once this happens, people say, oh, well, the market cap of XRP can never get high enough to blah, 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 to make XRP $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 as it's designed to be. It doesn't matter, because when you start taking the math of all of the assets in the world, it's somewhere around 4 quadrillion, if I understand correctly, and I've heard predictions that are even higher than that. XRP is going to go to some crazy high numbers. So definitely don't listen to a lot of the FUD that's out there, because it doesn't matter, folks. Let's talk about this, though. His phrase, if you can't hold, you won't be rich, first made waves in February 2021. He does have a point, folks. It's been proven time and time again. The people who bought and held, rather than trading, rather than trying to make moves, rather than buying meme coins, rather than all this stuff, have consistently been overall the biggest winners in the crypto space. Look at the people who bought Bitcoin at, $1 and then sold at $30 or whatever, or the guy that bought pizza with 30 Bitcoins or whatever. He didn't win. The people that held from down there and are still holding to today, I know it's hard to see long term, but those people are absolutely winning the most, and they're going to continue winning over and over and over and over. You get lucky when you get into meme coins, you get lucky when you get those crazy huge jumps, but not everybody does. It's very rare that happens. But in February 2021, just before the crypto market hit all-time highs, now exactly 4 years later, CZ has repeated the statement, adding with a laugh, some things never change. For those familiar with CZ, the number 4 holds special significance. He has often used it as a rallying symbol against fear, uncertainty, and doubt, reinforcing his long-term vision for the market. The idea also aligns with his widely discussed 4-year cycle in crypto, which suggests that every bear market and recovery phase, a major bull run follows. If the pattern holds, 2025 could be the next breakout year. However, not everyone shares CZ's optimism. Unlike 4 years ago, when Bitcoin was surging by over 30% and ETH was climbing steadily, today's market faces a far more uncertain landscape. Regulatory challenges, economic turbulence, and shifting investor sentiment create potential obstacles to another explosive rally. And I mean, it's not just that. We have a lot of war, and there's so many things happening in that respect. You never know, like a black swan could come in. I really don't see the fact or the potential of a nuclear war happening, because it's going to screw over everybody, including the people who are dropping the nukes. So I'm not really sure that that's a possibility, but you never know what's going to happen. A black swan could happen. I always do think, though, that the markets will recover, because we want clarity. We want to see where our taxes are going, and that's really a lot that's going to help in the crypto industry. Also the ability to transact instantly without having all this nonsense in the back end of the banking sector, which is obviously, as I'm sure most of you know, something that we're all looking forward to, because doing a wire transfer takes a lot of time and the fees are high and so on and so forth. There's just more efficient ways to do it. Ripple's obviously right in all over that. But we need change, folks. We really do need change. It's time for the people to take control of our own lives, our own finances, our own rights. And there's a lot of change happening in the world, and it's good to see it at least starting. Now, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm not super clear on exactly what's happening here, but Etherscan adds credit scores for wallets. So this new feature is a game changer for those looking to assess the trustworthiness and financial behavior of wallet addresses. Powered by Blockchain Bureau, the score is based on on-chain activity, and this will help users straightforwardly evaluate credit risk. To check a wallet's score, simply head to its website, navigate to the wallet you want to review, and click on the Cards tab. Here, you'll find a comprehensive credit score that ranges from thin file to ultra-low risk, giving you a clear picture of how a particular address behaves on the blockchain. Thin file indicates insufficient on-chain data, meaning there's not enough information to make an assessment, while ultra-low risk suggests that the wallet has demonstrated consistent, reliable behavior. With the credit score feature, it's easier to make informed decisions while interacting with wallets or making transactions, also reducing the chances of falling into a risky situation. Etherscan Cards provides a unique way for credible third parties in the Ethereum ecosystem. The goal here is to share valuable information directly on the Blockchain Explorer. It offers users a deeper understanding of wallet addresses. Integrated cards allow users to explore a variety of insights, for example, claimable airdrops that could provide financial opportunities, browse on addresses' POAP collection, or detect potential risks in tokens. Now, additionally, users can view on-chain attestations, discover yield opportunities for idle stablecoins, and track DAO activity, governance scores, votes, and proposals. These features help bring more transparency and functionality to the ETH ecosystem, making it easier for users to make informed decisions. But there's always two sides to that coin. Is this just an easier way for, people to track, and kind of like China's, credit score system, where you can't even get on buses or whatever if you're not wanted, or certain things like that, It's kind of scary, as much as XRP and all these digital currencies are awesome and they will provide a lot of positive things to the world, it may hamper some things, it may be overreaching control. I think the people, like I said, have to really take control, and we're at a critical point in history here where things have to be done carefully and tactfully. But with the right governments in play, governments that listen to the people and work for the people, not the other way around, I think there is a chance that history might be turning out for the better. A few more articles to talk about today. The 5 best cryptos to buy now. Ethereum, XRP, Solana, TRX, and Link, set for an explosive rally. Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, and Chainlink, and TRX, I should say, have seen a sharp bullish trend in the last few days and could resume their super bullish rally soon. And I believe that is the case. Although Solana is kind of a rug coin, Ethereum has incredibly high fees, especially when the market is, super busy and stuff. And that's where most people have been scammed if they've ever been scammed. Perfect example, myself recently had my MetaMask compromised, which I think happened a long time ago from a malicious contract. And as soon as I put money in, I hadn't used a wallet in a while. I kind of had an inkling that something was up. As soon as I put money in, it was a 45-minute wait till I found out that the money was instantly transferred out. But the funny thing about that is, I think it was $260 or $160, I think. I think it was 260 Canadian and whatever that is in US. But as soon as it went in, like I said, there was a long wait, and I was like, uh-oh, this is weird, but not totally unusual. And then what happened? Boom, I went and checked the transaction when it went through. And whoever it was that compromised my wallet, the transaction fee was most of it. Only 16 cents was actually transferred to the wallet that was, maliciously trying to steal my stuff. The rest was all transaction fees. The fact that it still took 45 minutes was insane. Always be careful, folks. If you have a suspicion, go with your gut, and it's always easy enough to create a new address that isn't compromised. I should have trusted my gut on that one, but again, don't trust, verify. Now, what's next for Chainlink? Analyst maps important levels. Not much to talk about here, but a little bit. Chainlink is in a bit of a tricky spot right now. It's holding above a key support level in the 2-day chart, but it's been facing some challenges. Despite the pullback, it's still above the 1590 level, and that's like, what, $40 Canadian or something? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's hilarious how bad the Canadian dollar is. Although the chart has had a sharp correction, nothing major has broken down. However, the bearish scenario suggests that Chainlink might continue to pull back, possibly even testing lower levels, like the $15 mark, again before it potentially bounces. Bitcoin's price fell following news of Donald Trump's trade tariffs, which raised concerns about possible retaliation and trade war. Meanwhile, Chainlink started the week with a price drop, driven by the bearish sentiment caused by the tariffs, although Lynx shows potential for a rebound. Its price has been relatively stagnant in recent days. The most critical resistance zone for Chainlink to break is 2378. A breakout above this level could pave the way for a new bull rally. I think it's a little bit of FUD. I think that Chainlink is having a good sale right now. Personally, Chainlink is a solid project, although it is on Ethereum blockchain. It's an ERC20, so that kind of hampers things a little bit, but Chainlink is a solid project. I still hold Chainlink. It's the only Ethereum token that I still have personally. For the final article today, folks, we've already been running 45 minutes roughly already, which is kind of crazy. Time flies, but a lot to talk about. XRP is set for all-time highs if weekly close tops this level, says crypto analyst. Obviously, we know XRP is going to break all-time highs. When is the question? It's not an if. A well-known crypto strategist, recognized for his accurate Bitcoin and altcoin predictions, has recently shared his thoughts on XRP potential for new all-time highs. Don Alt stated that XRP could surpass its current high of 340 if it manages to close this weekly chart above 259, making a positive performance, or marking a positive performance, I should say. Donald further mentioned that if XRP closes the week in the green, he expects the altcoin to reach new all-time highs quickly. However, if the price stays below 259, he anticipates continued consolidation within the current range. Now, definitely something to kind of watch there, but I believe kind of what's going to happen, and a lot of people are saying the same thing, because it's following the cycle from the 2017 rally, not the 2021 rally, is, into kind of May, June is when we're going to see a huge rally. I think things are going to cool off a little bit, and then into kind of the fall, into early winter is when we're going to see the last blow off top of this market cycle. Of course, it's all predictions. Things could change all the time. You never really know for sure, but definitely something to pay attention to. I do think confidently that we're going to be above that level, and we're going to surpass the all-time high quite soon, but I don't want to be doing price predictions as much because it's not really my wheelhouse. With that, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. We got through a lot of news. There's a lot of FUD. The things I talked about at the beginning of this are quite interesting to me. $5 wrench attack. There's different ways to hack your wallets, and not all of them are involved digitally. So always try to be careful of who you're giving information to. Always be careful of who you're dealing with, and if you're doing any kind of things online, don't input your seed phrases. There's scammers everywhere. Our Telegram is a perfect example. Since we got listed on BNB with Quantzilla there, we're getting tons of scammers. Like, the flood is crazy. It's almost hard to deal with. With that being said, I do want to plug Quantzilla one more time. If you're not familiar with Quantzilla, folks, I'm the co-founder. It is a solid project. We are doxed. We are a meme coin, sure, but we have utility. We're offering tokenized real-world assets. We have currently a bunch of silver cards. They're kind of like Magic the Gathering cards. They don't have any tax when you trade them. And also, you can redeem them once you burn them for the real-world asset that will be shipped to your address. We're also offering a bunch of killer NFTs. We're going to be releasing some super cool new ones that are going to blow everybody's mind here pretty soon. And the NFTs, depending on which one you have, they either have a daily drip or a monthly drip of Qzilla, which is super fantastic. You know what? While I'm talking about this, let me open up Qzilla on deck screener here. We'll have a quick look at the charts, because Qzilla has been pretty strong versus the XRP value. Despite the dip in price in XRP, Qzilla is remaining pretty good. So if you go ahead and check out Quantzilla on deck screener, we'd appreciate you coming down here and hitting this rocket. You can do it once daily. That would help us out a lot. But again, don't do it just because I told you to. Look into our project, quantzilla.online. You can find all of our docs. You can find all the links that you need. You can find contact information, links to Telegram, and all that. You might have to go www.quantzilla.online, but we'll just scroll out here a little bit on the chart and take a peek. So we did have an absolutely astonishing rally. This first parabolic rally doesn't look like much right now, but it was absolutely crazy as it is. Cooled off a little bit. We did an 88,000% gain here in a very, very short time, which is absolutely nuts. I've never been that close up to something like that. That's almost 900x, folks. We went from $24,000 US market cap to $308,000 in 19 hours when we did this crazy run right here. My lines are a little faster, you can see, but you can see the candles here. This was absolutely bonkers. We then dropped down. We went below this second level of support, came back up. Then we stayed up above that level of support for, what is that, like from January 9th all the way until January 26th. So like 3 weeks roughly, 2.5, 3 weeks. Then we dropped down. We stayed in between both support levels a little bit. Then when the whole market tanked, we did come down a little bit. But as you can see, you zoom in a little closer here, we are climbing back out of this, slowly but surely. We do have a solid group of people in our community. We have a solid team. We're working tirelessly, and sometimes we're literally pulling 24+ hour shifts, 48-hour plus shifts, seriously, to get everything happening. We're working a lot behind the scenes, and we are bringing you a super solid project with long-term goals, long-term plans, and we really want you to check it out because, a lot of people have got rugged on Solana, a lot of people have got rugged on Ethereum, and we're really not about that. Our whole thing is shitting on Solana, shitting on Ethereum, shitting on all the rugs that happen because it's kind of funny. But with that being said, I appreciate you all watching. Leave a comment, tell me what you think of the video, tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about in the next video. I'll definitely try to touch on it. If there's anything that you liked, you didn't like, definitely let me know. Again, we're now streaming on X, which I'm sure a bunch of you are watching on. We're going to be doing some AMAs coming up here. We've got some interviews with some of our community members coming up. I'll interview our other dev, our lead project guy, Greenspade, who is doing most of the actual coding on this and stuff. And we're just going to give you all the information we can. We're trying to be super transparent, and we're super excited for what the future holds. Again, that being said, appreciate you all. Have yourselves a great evening. I'm going to try to do these news segments at least once every 2 days. Takes a lot of time to do, but stay tuned. Follow the channels, like, subscribe, what have you. Share the videos, share the love. And again, do your own research. Don't trust, verify. Bless and love. Bless and love. Thank you all for watching.